And breathe. Manchester United 4, Brighton 2. Welcome to another PAT-NALYSIS where, I discuss the game and what I like. So, the game literally finished like 3 minutes ago. So, I just want to get everything that's fresh on my mind that I saw. Unfortunately for you guys, I missed the first 45 minutes. I couldn't watch it. But I was watching the PSG game as well. So, I'll leave in the review of that game after that. But the second half, really total domination. I'm hearing that the first half was also a great performance from Man United. But the first 45, I want to say 55th to 68th minute, we totally dominated the game. We're in control. Our defensive shape was really excellent when it comes to the two midfielders, to the back three. Like we really saw the solidity at this point. And then when we go in transition this year, or I want to say the past 4 to 6 weeks, whenever we've got Cunha and Bumo and Ahmad all together, we really look extremely dangerous on the counter. And today we saw that. Ahmad, he looked extremely lively, sharp. Brian Mbumo, what a signing, what a revelation, my guy. Jersey coming soon. As the next game play next week, the next time United has a game, I'll be having that Mbumo jersey. I have to pick it up. It's been ready for like 2 to 3 weeks. But Brian Mbumo, what a signing! It's turning out to be one of the great signings of the summer. Um, yeah, he looks like a proper Manchester United player. Confident, uh, unselfish, willing to work hard for the team, and he comes up big. Last week Liverpool, today one of these score. I forgot, but I know he scored. I think he's got like 5 goals at this point, so he definitely scored more than today. But yeah, he looked extremely good. Now Sesko as well. I really like Sesko as a player. I think Sesko is going to be one of the best nines in the world. And to be fair, if you don't watch any of the games, you wouldn't know. But he doesn't get a lot of chances, right? But in terms of his link up play, in terms of his hold up play, I love the way Sesko plays, and he's like 6'5", but you see his technical ability. It's like strikers are like 5'10", right? He's extremely technical. So I think once we start producing more chances, Sesko will look like the real deal. Cunha, the Brazilian, not a good game. From what I saw the second half, unfortunately, my review is from minute 45 to minute 97 because they gave 7 minutes of added time. Um, I thought Cunha was decent. I personally don't think Cunha is as good as Mbuemo, but it's not about comparing each player. You're supposed to have great players on the team, right? So Cunha has a different role, a different purpose than Mbuemo has. But there's certain moments when it comes to Cunha where you feel like he thinks he's still at Wolves, right? So he'll maybe keep the ball a little bit longer, maybe try to take on a player a little bit too much. I just feel like there's certain time where he could release the ball or he could have a shot instead of doing it your own way. I think there was a moment in the second half where we had a breakaway, and I'm pretty sure it was Mbumo and Sesko that were open on the left, but he decided to put Ama through, and Ama tried to cut it back, of course, cut it across, but the pass was already cut off, right? So at that point, there's just certain things that hopefully it's a chemistry issue, but once they get more acclimated to one another, he should be clicking. So those are really the positive, right? The front three extremely good, the defensive shape extremely good. Captain did his captain thing. I think the one thing, if we're to nitpick, because whenever you win, you have to look at the positive aspects of how you won, why you won. And I really think our signings are the reason why we won today. I think Ineos in terms of recruitment, the lineup today, or the players today that started, if I'm not mistaken, just off the top of my head, there's 4 of these players that started today that were not brought in within the last 2 seasons. So just off the top of my head, that's Ahmad, that's Bruno, that's Casemiro, and that's Luke Shaw. The rest of the players, oh, Dalo as well, so that's 5. The rest of the players are all players that came from Ineos. And if there's one thing that we can give them credit for is their ability to find players. Not really find, because Cunha and Mbumo are players that were known in the Premier League as well as the league. But the recruitment has been a really underrated part of what Ineos has brought to Man United. Um, I know in terms of the coaching, which we'll talk about later, or other things such as the new stadium or the investment or the cutting of the funds for the employees. There's a lot of things to criticize them for, but when it comes to the proper recruitment to things that we need, I really think that Enyo so far has hit it perfectly. The keeper, the forwards, Delict, which I think he's going to be a future Manchester United captain. I think he's a great defender. Lenny Yoro, which I hope World Cup 2030, he's a starter for France. Not 2026 though. We got Upa and Saliba, but I hope 2030 is a starter for France. So like, just these kind of signings that they brought will look extremely good. So I think this game today is about the forward line and Ineos' signings. Really, the way we play, the way we like. If we compare to the strikers or forwards that we have previously, which were Hoyland, Anthony, Garnacho, Rash, Martial, um, you look at the front three. There's really only one player that you can expect a goal from, right? And that would have been Rash. But now you look at all our front three players, and a goal can come from anywhere. Like you saw it today, and Mbumo scored, Cunha scored, and then you also have Bruno that can score. You have Ahmad. So I really think that offensively we have a lot of potential. It's just up to for me the coaching and the players as well to have a better understanding, but to put us in situations to succeed. Now, in terms of the cons or the negatives, first of all, Dorgu. I know that's an Enyo signing, but Dorgu is horrible. There's just no way to slice it. There's no way to even explain. Dorgu is not. He hasn't been good for Man United. That's just simply way to put it. Whenever it comes to putting crosses, whenever it comes to the offensive side of the game, and he plays left wing back, which we know is extremely important in this system, he's been a non-factor. And today, the foul, which should have been a red card and was not a red card, which led to a free kick that they scored. And in my opinion, Lemons should have saved it, or Lemons, or the keeper should have saved it. I personally think that we gotta look back and say, hey, we might need a new left wing back. We might need a new left back, a new left winger. Because Dorgo, we can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. Other than that, as well, the substitutions. I really want to understand the idea behind the substitutions that we do. Why are you always bringing on a center back for a center back? Why are we always changing the back line? Why are we always sticking with two midfielders even when we have the lead? If you want to keep the game, if you want to have the lead, if you want to protect the lead, put three midfielders. No need to put Bruno on top. You can put three midfielders. Keep Mbumo and Sesko. Put a midfield three. There's just certain things in terms of coaching that, although we win, you still see issues, and it's not nitpicking or it's not complaining. Just things that you'll have to look into the future because it's things that have been occurring since Amarim came into the job last November. Every game that I can remember, a center back comes on for Man United for whatever reason. I don't know, and it's a center back for a center back. Every game as well, a center mid comes on for Man United. Doesn't matter the score, doesn't matter the time. A center mid will come on for Man United. And it's like you're making these substitutions, which I mentioned the defensive structure, the defensive shape was excellent, but when you make these changes every game, it affects your defensive shape. So I just want to get an understanding as to why we do these subs so often, because it really has never benefited us in any way, shape, or form, right? We always sub out a CB for no reason, and we most often tend to concede after we sub on the CB. Not seeing the goals on heaven today, but those are things that tend to happen. So just trying to figure it out. But overall, great win, 3 wins in a row in the Prem. Uh, so far so good. Hopefully many more wins. You guys see how excited I am. I watched PSG win. I watched Man United win. I'm ready to get my Saturday started, but super excited, super happy. Hopefully Amram can learn from this and realize that hey, maybe changing the shape when we are 3 goals up for no reason at all is not the best way to approach it. Or maybe you won't, but we'll see. It's been my Pat analysis, so hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoy watching this game. I enjoy seeing my team win. Look at my smile. So yeah, Man United 4, Brighton 2, and I'll see you guys next week.